Hi guys, it's Paula from PSN Creations. Welcome to my channel if you're new, and welcome back if you're returning. Today we are just doing a craft with me. I am actually working on two Winnie the Pooh Golden Book junk journals, which is very odd that I'm working on two. But I had started this one, and then I went live on my Whatnot, and I wanted to show the process of pulling the little golden book pages apart and then the bonus pages that I usually do. I wanted to show like the process, and I had already gotten to this point with this one. So I kind of started a new one on my Whatnot that I do need to finish sewing in the signatures over there. So anyways, now I'm working on two Winnie the Pooh little golden books at the same time. That's okay. Well, there's nothing wrong with that, obviously. I like doing one at a time. I don't know. That's just my how my mind works. How do you do it? Do you work on multiple? Like, I wouldn't even call that assembly line. Do you work on multiple journals at the same time, or do you like to work on one journal, finish it completely, and then move on to the next journal? Now, that's completely different than having multiple unfinished projects. Isn't there a name for that? I thought there was a name for that when you have unfinished projects, or an abbreviation. Anyhow, so this is the journal, and I've already taken it apart. I'm going to use this fabric for the spine. I had this little Winnie the Pooh fabric, so I'm going to go ahead and use it. Just using Fabri-Tac. By the way, I found that Amazon, this was last week, so I don't know if it still exists. Last week being August, the first week of August, 2025. They had this Fabri-Tac 2-pack of this 8-ounce bottle for $20, which is cheaper than I pay for it at Walmart, which is really where I get mine, because I don't live near a Hobby Lobby. And I'll be honest, I'm not sure. I usually never buy my glue at Michael's, which I do have one nearby me. So I usually get it at Walmart, but I think at Walmart it's either $12 at my Walmart or $14. I can't remember. Either way, I've saved a few dollars. And the 8-ounce bottles are the larger bottles, so that's nice. So if you have Amazon, if you purchase from Amazon, and if you use the Fabri-Tac, maybe something that you might consider looking into. Especially if, like, prices end up going up again at like brick and mortar stores. Oh, even online stores, actually. I feel like prices could potentially go up. Okay. Are you guys working on anything right now? I think when I finish this, I probably have a few fall and Halloween ones that I want to work on. I don't know. I don't know. Okie dokie. We'll save this because we'll definitely use this for something. All right, so we have our fabric on. And I know it will be covered, but I thought it was cute to have something like that. So this is the one we're working on right now. Winnie the Pooh and Tigger. I think this was an older one too. Let's see. Because I always keep mine in order, the pages. Yep, 1974. 1974. All right, so I already have the pages resized since I do keep the original spine. So I have the pages resized, and let's go ahead and add our bonus pages. So we'll have one here. I like this color here. We can make this a pocket. Maybe a side pocket. All right, so for those that haven't seen my video before, so when I rebind the pages together, I have the excess flap, and I do cut off about a 1/2 inch of the excess flap as well. But the remaining flap, what I do is I take another paper, and I add it. So I will glue this on and then fold the page and glue it on. We'll go through it. Let's do this one together. Well, we're going to do all of them together. We're going to work for a little bit, maybe half an hour or so. So what I will do is, and I take just a little bit of glue, and I'm just going to use art glitter glue. I'm just going to take a little bit of glue. And the reason why I'm doing a little bit is because I always like to go in and sew it as well. You do not have to do that. If you're not going to do that, just make sure that you're using enough glue. So maybe I want it to be this direction here. And I just put it there, okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this into a pocket. I will make it a side loading pocket. So I want to fold this over too, just to make sure that when I fold it, it's not going to exceed the page. It probably will exceed it a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my cutter and cut off that. And again, I don't want it to exceed the book page because I've already measured the book page for the journal, right? To not hang off the sides. I don't mind things hanging from the top and the bottom, but I don't like it hanging from the side, except for like ribbon, lace or anything like that. Tabs, I'm okay with that. The book pages, not so much. So I'm just taking off literally a sliver. Well, it's a little bit more than a sliver. About that much. About yay much. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is, so here's our little tab from that side. And this is why it's called a bonus page, because it's only one-sided, right? It's, you know how usually when you put pages into your journal, you have one side that's on the front when you're flipping through it, and then you have the other side that's on the back side. That should be good. I don't know. I feel like I need to cut a little bit more. Hold on. So take off about 1/2 inch just to be safe. If you're using a 12 by 12 pad. This is another, I will say, and I've said this before, it's a great way to use your very thin, lightweight, single-sided scrapbook papers. So like if you've gotten bundles like these bundles that I'm using, I picked up at Walmart at some point in time in my life, and they're just perfect. The paper packs. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and glue right here, and then we're going to cut off the excess because it is a little bit tall. Again, I'm just putting a little bit of glue just to hold it there until I'm ready to go sew. Okay, I'm just going to grab my ruler, and I'm just going to use my rotary cutter. I'm just going to cut off the extra. And you can use this in the journal as a pocket, as a belly band, as heck, as an extra page if you want, right? Okay, so now we have, just so that you can see, we have this situation here, right? So because I want to make it a side pocket, right, I'm going to cut a sliver off here. Does anybody else like put a ruler down, start cutting, and the ruler just completely moves on you? I need a ruler that has like a, where you like hold it down and it doesn't move at all. Because that's why I can't cut a straight line even with a ruler. Okay, so what I'm going to go do is I'm not going to do it now, but what I would do is I would go and I would sew here, here, and here. And then it would be a side loading pocket. I'm just going to add a little bit of glue. And in addition to the glue, we are going to also cut a little half thumbnail. I guess it's called a thumbnail notch thing, so that you know, I'm going to find the middle. You don't have to do the middle this way. This is just how I do it, so that I know. And that's how I will know that it's a side loading pocket. So this is a bonus page, right? So let's do 2 more, at least, if we can't get through. Yep, we still have about 15 minutes, so I don't want to make the video too long. So the next one is this right here. I also like to look and see like what, so this is page 10. I'm going to have pages in between, so I'm not going to worry about that. I was thinking I can also, I have this wallpaper. It's vintage from 2002. It's crazy to think 2002 is vintage. Yeah, mind blowing. I think we're going to make another pocket here, except for this one we'll make a top loading pocket. Yeah, we'll make a top loading pocket. And you know, wallpaper is very sturdy, right? So these were large pieces, but I had cut them down. Sorry guys, I did have to cut out. So I did glue this one on, and we're gonna make a top pocket here, just like we said. So I'm just going to bend that a little bit and add our little notch somewhere about here. Perfect. Ah, my glue thing is stuck. It doesn't want to go in. My little pin doesn't want to go in. Okay, well, we're just gonna leave it like that for now. All right, so we have that one, we have that one, and now we need something for this one. And I want to make sure that it's, so you don't always have to have, like a page that is, I can easily do like a page that just folds out, right? So it doesn't necessarily have to be a page that, so let me show you what I mean. So I'm going to take this here. It's like a kids activity page. And let me actually, I'm going to cut a little bit off the top. I don't want to cut too much. So what I was thinking with this one is, I could definitely cut more, obviously. And cut a little bit more. And just a tad bit from here. This cutting could be done after you have it glued on as well, but I'm just trying to do it now just to make it a little easier. Okay, so I'm going to take this here. Yeah, I think I like that. Okay, so I'm going to glue right here. And then I'm going to take this here and match it up as best as I can. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just sew right here, right? So you're going to have this flap right here, but I feel like it kind of blends in the brown. See, it kind of just like blends in. So then what we'll do is this can be folded like this, right? And it's just a page that unfolds, and you can make homemade marshmallows, or on this side, it's instructions for some flavoring to add to the ice cream before you freeze it. So it's ice cream, how to make ice cream. So this is perfect. I love that. Okay. So that is our first signature, the bonus pages on our first signature. So we have 2, 3, I think, okay, I feel like I got a little glue on here, and then 4, and then 5, 6, 7, okay. And so we'll also add pages in between, right? So we're still adding pages in between. We're still going to go in and do our sewing. We're just going to do the other signature as well. So we're going to add our 3 bonus pages. So we have the very last page. Which, does that end up being the last page of the... I always get confused. Yes, this would be the last page of the... So for this one, I actually like this. Or should we do stripes up and down or sideways? I think up and down. So let's make this one a side pocket. No, let's make this one a top loading pocket as well. Okay, so we're going to add our glue. Oh, wait, hold on. I think we had to cut the last one, right? Yes. So let's go ahead and cut about that much to start off with. Hopefully that's enough. Don't do what I did. Do not forget. Ah, here we go. Okay. I got it to fit. All right. Wait, no, that's not the one we're working on. This is the one we're working on right here. Come on. Okay. Let's make sure we cut off more than enough. Perfect. And we said we're going to make this one a top loading, so I'm just going to add glue here as well as down here. But we are going to sew. Okay. Let us just cut off the excess. Perfect. Let's make our little notch. And here, see, top loading pocket. Two more bonus pages. We have this one, and then this one. So this one I was thinking of doing this here, and then these can be colored in. This one we can do where it's just a page. It's not gonna be a pocket or anything. It's just a bonus page. So what we'll do is we'll add our glue. Okay. And then we'll fold it and just see where we're at. Okay, that's good. We don't have to cut anything off from a length perspective. So because this one, remember I said it's just going to be a page, I'm just going to add glue all on the inside just for extra fun. Beautiful. And then we're going to cut the excess off. It's not enough to really do anything, but you can keep it if you want to. Okay, and then this is just a bonus page. Maybe I'll color like one or two flowers. No, I will leave it for whoever is interested in the journal. And then the final, we will make a side loading pocket, and I have, oh, hold on a second. I feel like this one will be better than this one. This one's like a cream and this one's like a yellow. And I just think that the yellow goes a little bit more. Yeah, I think the yellow goes more with the pattern. So let's, I think I like it this way here. So let's add the glue. We will have to cut this down, obviously. It's a little bit too big. And if you're a measurer, if like you measure your things first and then like glue them on, that is absolutely fabulous. I don't do that. I don't measure anything usually unless I really have to. And a big part of that is just because even if I measure, I somehow tend to be wrong. And either things are too short or too long. Obviously, if something's too long, it's not that big of a deal because you can just cut off. But If it's too short, well, you're out of luck. I feel like it needs to just take a little bit more just to give it the wiggle room that makes sense. So see, how does that happen? I fold it, right? And then it doesn't, it's not even. I don't know how that happens. Okay. Oh, I thought I had the thing on there. Oh, well, yeah, this is right. I was going to say, oh, I did it wrong. We said this is going to be a side loading pocket. So we're just going to add a little bit of glue here. And then we will, see, this is a little not straight. I knew it. All right, anyways. Oh, that's too far. Okay, so let's cut off the excess from the top. Perfect. And now let's cut off the sliver. And these are great too because you can still decorate, you know, these bonus pages as well. And now we're going to do our little notch. All right. And that's it. I think, let me put some of the stuff out. Okay. So we have 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yay. Okay, so we have our 2 signatures. We have their bonus pages. So that's all we're going to do for today, but thanks for hanging out with me. Let me know in the comments what you're working on, if there is a specific journal you're working on, or if you have any questions. I am happy to answer them if I know the answer. All right, guys, I'll talk to you guys on the next video. Thanks so much, and have a fabulous rest of your day, evening, or whatever time it is that you're watching this. Thanks, guys. Bye.